XRP holders watching this price glitch around $7,000 per XRP would be, wow, that's a huge move. And Jack the Rippler argues that it can be a possible CBDC test, or at least he's asking that question. And when we enter into the market looking at this, it's like, okay, some whales are loading up heavy. 120 million XRP in a Korean exchange. We have seen what happened back in 2017. Before the real rally started, you actually saw a lot of Koreans or Korean whales buying into XRP heavily. Even coin market cap had to take their values out because the premium was so high. They were buying like crazy. Prices, say in Coinbase, if it's $1, in Korea it was $1.5. So they were pushing it like 30, 40, 50% up, which was a huge move. Now, when you actually understand the fact that, okay, even the tokenization of assets are running into the XRP ledger, which is like, tokenized liquidity that are made up of 50% XRP, that's actually a huge value perspective. That direction kind of brings you a ton of money, because on that same side, you need to understand what's happening in the economy and why would these really matter. Because the IMF kind of puts you that narrative and give you that idea clearly that we are headed in this direction. There is no doubt in that. Shift is happening, and people do understand that, okay, this is XRP versus Bitcoin, but especially it's XRP ledger taking on XRP and giving you that ability. And that's why this value perspective can make some sense. That's why when these whales are loading up, we should be watching what the hell is happening. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. While we look at the market, we do see some of these assets have started moving up. Some of them are bouncing here and there. And say we actually got a breakout, maybe a retest and a bounce, or a consolidation and a bounce. But you are watching some of these assets trying to break through, making a reversal pattern, which is massively bullish. Now, the SA family had the advantage of macro-micro breakdown and the real call as soon as it was breaking higher. Now, if you are looking at these kind of updates in the SI family, where you get to learn and grab all these opportunities, you can look at the link, Patreon. It's given in the description below. Now, we are jumping right into the price action. We're jumping right into the market to understand what is going on, because this side is scary. Stock markets are dropping for the last 10, 15 days. That's not good. The trend is dropping heavy. But at the same time, you look at crypto, it's grinding higher, it's grinding higher, it's going up. I see a lot of confusion, which is shared by a lot of different individuals. But let me ask you this question. Do you think as we go down in the stock market, we're going to go up in the crypto market? What do you actually think? What have we seen historically, or at least in the recent past? This actually makes a lot of sense when you break things down to that extent. Now, if you're confused, let's go into it. Let's actually break things down into a way which we all understand. Earlier today, we went through breaking things into detail in the group and giving you guys the idea. What's this? In short, earlier this year, we actually watched stock market going down at a time, crypto going up. So the micro moved to the upside in stock market, crypto went down. The micro to macro move in stock market to the downside, crypto went up. Now you are watching this thing evolve almost at this time. Now, why is this really happening? The macro move, and it's really important to break this down so that you understand why it is happening this way. Financial sector in the world is not looking good. You go back into this and look at what's happening around. This doesn't actually feel really good. Because if you're actually looking through this, Bank of International Settlements argue the perspective that United States have an issue. Dollar deposits are moving away, and they believe CBDCs can actually shift the world away from dollar. Where is it actually going to be moving on to? There is one of the perspective here is tokenization of the world. Not just one company, not just one asset class, the world. I'm not saying everything is going to be on the XRP ledger, but what I'm saying here is that a lot of it is going to be on the XRP ledger. Why? You actually need the scalability to do this. You actually need a network which has not been hacked till this point, a network which has a long history of working throughout without a breakdown. So there is a lot. Say if we are going to do a $10 billion tokenization into a ledger, are you just going to directly jump onto Ether or Bitcoin network? I mean, you have a lot to think about, because depending on what you are tokenizing, you may have to move this thing around. Oh, if you try doing that in Ether, you know what I'm talking about. It's a pain in the... Why? That is the network. You don't have the ability there. Now, yes, you do have a lot of competition. You can actually look at Stellar, watching XLM, saying, okay, that's a good asset. You can look at XDC and say, that's a great asset. You can look at HBAR. There's a lot of different payment assets to do this. But the network ability is what matters. When you actually go value in crypto, a lot of people do different stuff, but one of the easiest things to look at is like, you actually have like Reed's law, or you go to Metcalfe's law. All of this kind of gives you an easy idea, and more or less, I would actually go to the Metcalfe's law. It actually gives you value is equal to n square. That's the number of nodes in that network. Right now, the number of nodes or the value of the network on which XRP runs, the XRP ledger, it's sky high. It's sky high. And that's the reason why these people are, loading it up. These can be institutions, these can be whales, the wealthy individual running the family offices and all. And when the stock market is dropping like this and they're entering, why do you think they're doing that if they believe the price is going down? They are entering here because they believe the price is going to go up. Otherwise, why the hell would you buy into that? I mean, think about this. You are a billionaire. You want to invest some money. You're going to invest some big part of money into different assets. Say you choose XRP. Say you're going to put in like $40 million. If you are going to put inside that, you believe that the price is going to go up. Otherwise, you're not going to bet to the upside. You're going to bet to the downside. You're going to short it. That's a different thing. So now, the question becomes like, okay. All of that's bullish. What's the price doing? We're at 0.5. Yeah. But look at what's happening. The weekly volume is still on the bullish side. The pattern itself is forming here as a reversal signal. The candle showing you a hammer. So you have a lot of different bullish stuff happening in the market, and the direction is pointed to the upside. Now, for sure, you can actually grab this and say, okay, that's a range to look at. This is a range to look at. So you are actually getting these price glitches all the ways where we're hitting these support zones. So what if we're going to come back down before we bounce? That's a valid question. Now, remove all this. We want to actually see like, okay, if that's to happen, what should we actually get on a shorter horizon? That is a 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart, whichever you would like. You're looking at this as a trend line. Great. You're watching this as a pattern where things are evolving. Cool. Now, if we break to the downside, making this as a continuation pattern, this is your first support, somewhere close to 0.49, 0.5. That range has been another range of support resistance. Again, that's not much from where we are to the downside, but if that's the way we are going on a micro move, look for that. Because by the time this week ends and the next week starts, if you maintain above 0.49, if you maintain above this territory, that shows bulls are still in this market. And that's all that matters. That's the weekly close. Because after that, you're going to see the trend continuing. You actually have seen this happening before. That was a lot of volatility during that entire week. But what happened after that? We actually saw that, there was a lot happening during that time. You actually went up to like 0.4, then came back down to 0.34. But eventually you closed that week in green. Then you continued moving back up. So we are waiting for something like that. Yes, Bitcoin and its direction matters a lot, but keep in mind the Bitcoin dominance kind of lead you forward. Because when I say this, look at this. The possibility here is like, okay, this may actually break to the downside. That means in the crypto market, you're going to see a lot of opportunities. You're going to see a lot of different assets running higher. These are actually good runs. 10, 15, 20, 30% a day is not a small move. That's primarily why I highlight these factors. Like when we reached around $44 in TRB in our video, I was like, guys, take profit. When we dropped back to 27, I was like, that's a good buy. That's a buy the dip now. It dropped heavily. Now it's at 35. So it climbed back up. Yes, it's down 20% for the week. But if you bought at 27, who cares? You're already in profit. So you need to understand which of these assets are about to run up, which of these assets are dropping, but still a buy the dip. That's why I kind of talk to you guys like this. Okay, look at this. There's a lot of opportunities going on in the market. If you are willing to take time to learn and all, this can actually help you. Now, jumping back in the market, keep this in mind. Let's keep this short. The value of this network is sky high. The price of this asset is bottom. It is at the bottom because the trend line clearly shows you the fact that we have been trending in this way. It's good. It's great. That means you buy at this range and it goes up somewhere there, you take profit. If you're a short-term trader, that's all you care. If you're a long-term guy, now you don't actually look at these short-term moves. You are more interested in knowing the macro trend. Are we breaking to the downside or are we going to the upside? Because when you actually take in some of these assets which are strong in fundamentals, heavy in fundamentals, and watch them break through some of these level of support, it's a concern for me. I mean, that doesn't actually look good. If you actually look at what's happening in the strength, it's just showing you a continuation pattern to the downside. We have seen some of these happening before, and then boom, you go back down. So if that's happening here, you want to make sure you are looking on a trend which is still moving up. You can take profit wherever you want. That's a different story. But you want to make sure you are in an asset which is trending like this, not like this. Now, if you are a bear and shorting that, yes, that's what you want. You want to ride the wave to the downside. You want to sell each top. But on the other direction, you want to buy each dips. So you need patience to watch this go up. You need patience to watch this come back down. That's what happened with Stellar, right? It went up to 44. That was our target, actually, 44. And it went up to 44.05 or something. It dropped. So once you understand what the market is trying to do, it gives you a huge ability. Now, yes, this kind of shows you like, okay, this is the support you're looking for. So maybe you're going to watch some more drop in the price action or a consolidation for the price to actually push the RSI down to this level, which is still okay, which is going to give you a massive opportunity, maybe 0.1, 0.99999. Opportunities exist in the market. Watch this, make sure you understand that, and then think about this. Maybe it's just a speculation, complete speculation. But when you actually look at all this, you kind of put a big question mark asking like, maybe not 7,000, but what about 70, right? That still is a big run up from where we are. So think about it as much as possible and make sure you take the right decision. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button for me. I appreciate that a lot. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.